Yeah, let's get into this. Jordan Pickford, 4. Could have given away a penalty. He didn't have much to do. Ghana had 2 shots. They had 20% of possession. It's an easy day for you. Like, what are you? It's like he gets bored. I think he gets bored. He gets overstimulated when something happens, and he's charged out a goal, and he's just collided into the Ghana player, and he's lucky he didn't get a red card. It would have been a penalty because outside the box, but he could have got a red card. Could have completely turned not just the game but the tournament for us. So yeah, I'll give him a 4. Start with the right back, Reece James. Reece James, I give him a 5. Steady, nothing more, nothing less. I'm really disappointed with Reece James this tournament though, man, because cool, you might not be able to bomb up and down anymore because of your injuries, your hamstrings and whatnot. But the ability you have coming from a natural midfielder as well, and you've been playing midfield this season, you can invert and affect the game like O'Reilly does. O'Reilly came on for like 20 minutes and affected the game more than Reece James. Especially when you got Noni as well, someone that you're familiar with from your Chelsea days, playing as a right winger, and Noni plays high and wide. You can invert, and Noni's dropping it off to you, lovely, and you're getting a chance to cross, and you're hitting the first man with your cross. You're not even beating the first defender. Like, it's no excuses. I'm telling you, there's no excuses. And this is the same Reece James, who I rate, by the way, who I think is world-class, but I stop at world-class, whereas other people go further than world-class and say that he's the best right-back, or when he's fit, he's the best right-back in the world. No, he is not. No, if he's the best right-back in the world, Hakimi must be a striker or a goalkeeper. Let's have that right. But anyway, it's another debate. Moving on. Ezri Konsa, I give him a 4. Because he was steady, but he's another one. Could have given away a penalty. Probably should have given away a penalty. I don't know what. That tackle was crazy. That tackle was... I can't explain that. It wasn't even... I think it's like he anticipated maybe that the Ghana player was going to dink it. Because he was so high in the tackle. He was floating for a little bit midair, like he was like fire level, like he was just floating, like it was crazy. I don't know. I give him a 4 anyway. Mark Gay, I give him a 5. I think that's the only decision that Tuchel got right, was starting Mark Gay. If we started John Stones, oh Lord. So yeah, Mark Gay, I give him a 5. He was steady, mate. You know what? I gave him a 6. I give Mark Gay a 6. He was steady. He won the majority of his duels. He done quite well. I give Mark Gay a 6. Spence. I give Spence a 5. Again, steady. Do you know what I mean? Steady. He was good defensively as well. Williams couldn't get past him. And Williams is quick. That's Nico Williams' older brother. He is quick. Pace and power, again, couldn't get past Spence, but going forward, he couldn't affect the game the way we would need our left back to affect the game, especially against a low block. But part of that is Tuchel's fault, because he played him at left back, and that's not going forward. Spence at left back is not going to offer you anything going forward. So yeah, I give him a 5. Moving on to Anderson. I give Anderson a 6. He didn't do more or less than he's expected to do. So yeah, I give him a 6. Anderson's, you know what it is? A big part of Anderson's game, especially going forward, is his punchy passes, the weight of pass that he puts on it to feed that ball in between the lines into any attacking player that's in between the lines to receive the ball. Obviously, your cam is going to be there, but also if you've got inverted wingers, if you've got Harry Kane dropping off, if you've got fullbacks like O'Reilly popping up, Reece James, who should pop up more in between those lines, Anderson is going to find you. He's going to find you. But against a low block, where if it's executed well, how Ghana executed it, there's hardly any space between the lines. So it's fine margins to to get that ball in between the lines. There's no space. And even if you do get the ball there and find your player there, he has no space. Now that player is either turning out wide or he's giving the ball back. He's playing away his face and passing it back. There's no space for him to penetrate, for him to turn or even be on the half turn to go forward, because he has to protect the ball. So more often than not, he's got his back to play. So that took away from Anderson's game today. Hence why, if you see my review, I was saying this is the perfect game for players like Wharton, who can, with one pass, Wharton can play, obviously can play that pass in between the lines, but he's also got the ability to skip that pass in between the lines and go over to the winger running into the box and create a goal-scoring opportunity, to the striker who's making a forward run, to a midfielder who's making a run beyond anyone. He can skip. Adam Wharton can, with one pass from a deep position, create a goal-scoring opportunity. And that's what we lacked from deep against a low block. Anyway, moving on. Declan Rice. He was steady. I give him a 5. Reason why I won't give him a 6, I was tempted between a 5 and a 6. The reason why I won't give him a 6 is because I think Rice now, a little bit like James, even more than James, should I say, because you're the vice captain, You're the so-called, because a lot of the press, they don't even consider Jude world-class. If you ask a lot of the mainstream media, our only world-class player is Kane, and then our next world-class player is Rice. That's it. For me, our two world-class players are Kane and Jude. But with that being said, games like this, who's going to step up and make the difference? You have to start looking at, I wouldn't put this pressure on him, but with the glorification that he gets, you now have to, you have to become a decider of games to be given that praise. It's like, okay, but what do you do? We know you get up and down the pitch, but you have to do more. Like Matuidi got up and down the pitch, but Pogba was deciding games from midfield. Do you know what I mean? He was deciding games. You have to start now deciding games. So when your set piece doesn't work, when your corner doesn't work, you can't decide, get like from open play, you're not deciding games. And this is the little thing that I need to see now, because you're not a defensive midfielder. So you don't get that pass. You're not a defensive midfielder. You're playing as a floating 8. You're playing as a number 8, a floating 8, high and wide on the left. Jude is high and wide on the right. So you need to start deciding games. Hence why I give you a 5 instead of a 6. So apart from that, you're steady. Jude, I give Jude a 5 for the same reasons. Near enough the exact same reasons as I give Declan. I give him a 5. Move on to Noni. I give Noni, I give him a 6. And the reason why I give Noni a 6, Noni, I wouldn't say he done what he's supposed to do, because he had more one-on-one situations where he could have went at his fullback. But once he realised, this guy's got pace and power like me, he started to be more selective when he ran at the fullback and when he didn't, because he knew there's a high probability that he's going to run at him for no reason, because he's not going to be able to get past him. But what I would give Noni is when his ratio of running at the fullback, like taking him down the line, not coming inside, taking him down the line, he done that more than most. And that was on the right side and the left side. If I remember rightly, he switched to the left side and he beat his fullback and whipped in a lovely cross. And that's another thing that we lacked, crosses. So I give Noni a 6. And today, and yesterday, should I say, his end product wasn't that bad. Now that cross that he whipped in from the left, that could have created a goal. And there's a couple other crosses which they weren't too bad. Like I said, when he couldn't beat his fullback, he would turn, he was cutting, he was laying it off to RJ. So I give him a 6. I give him a 6. Gordon, I give Gordon a I give Gordon a 3. I'll be honest, I give Gordon a 3, less than Pickford. I give Gordon a 3. Yes, bad performance from Gordon. Bad, like you see with Gordon, you don't ever expect Rashford quality, but you expect, like you see, like players. You see, if you're getting picked ahead of a player in your position who has more quality than you, who's more gifted than you, who's more technical than you. You see the little attributes that you have that put you on the team sheet. You better excel in those attributes. And you wasn't. He wasn't going at his fullback. He started to invert because he realized he couldn't get past the right back. He started to invert. That's not your game. Plus, you're killing the balance of the team. There's one time Jude turned out to the left and there's no one there because Jed is inverting because he's right-footed and Gordon took a walk inside as well. So you wasn't beating your fullback. Your work rate is nullified because why? We've got the ball. So you ain't even getting out of jail with that, oh, yeah, but he worked hard. He was pressing like a madman and so and so and so and so. You ain't even getting that, you ain't got your get out of jail card. Why? Because Ghana had 20% of the ball. So there's not a lot of time for you to press. We've got the ball. It's what can you do with it? There's no, like, do you know what I mean? So that nullified his attributes. But again, this is all Tuchel. Like Tuchel against a low block team who's gonna have hardly any possession. Why are you starting these players? Why have you not got variety in your squad? So it's down to Tuchel as well. But at the end of the day, I can only judge what I see, and Gordon gets a 3. Harry Kane, 3 is a bit harsh. Harry Kane, I go over 4. I go over 4. This for the same reasons that I gave Declan and Judah for. Even more so, he's our talisman. He's our experienced talisman. He's got that world-class title. People are talking Ballon d'Or. I forgot to mention that about Declan. Man, I'm saying Ballon d'Or for Declan. So let me see you decide games when it doesn't involve a corner from open play. Please, Harry Kane. Like I said, let me get back in the car. Harry Kane, Ballon d'Or, world-class talisman and whatnot. You need to decide games in these moments. You had a chance to decide the game, you missed. Fair enough, everyone misses. But apart from that, within the game, general play is quiet and won a couple free kicks. That's about it. Didn't affect the game. So, yeah, I give him a 4.